Savance. Caulfield tees it up. Scores! He's in. He scores! Oh my! Belmanoff!
It's Super Bowl Sunday, Anthony. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, I'm done singing. Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode of the Curfew Boys. It is Super Bowl Sunday, after all. Might touch bases on that a little bit. Anxious Anthony here, ready and waiting to root for his boys. The New England Patriots as they take on the Seahawks.
Edit that out.
No, can't do, buddy. I guess this is a what? This is a rematch from the 2015. Is it the 2015 Super Bowl?
Yeah, 2015 Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, my God, 11 years later. Wow. Is Tom Brady going to be in the house? Maybe.
100%. He's always going to be, I think, speaking on Fox. I'm not sure, actually.
Is he going to be He's for sure got to be commentating. I don't know. I wonder if he's commentating. I wonder what that must be like. But we'll get all into it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please click like and subscribe. It is absolutely free. Share this with your fellow Montreal Canadiens fans, near and far. If some of you are Patriots fans, well, you might enjoy Anthony's company today. All of our episodes are also available on audio platforms such as Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, any podcast platform. Please give us a 5-star rating and review. It is the only way for us to feel the love. You can follow the Curfew Boys on social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, also known as X. By the way, on YouTube, folks, please help us reach our goal, the drive to 5K subscribers. Please help us reach our goals. We totally appreciate you, the love and support from OG fans, whether you're new or whether you're just subscribed. Thank you so much. We are not here without you guys. So please help us reach our goal, the drive to 5K subscribers. And before we talk about Super Bowl stuff, we're going to take a couple of seconds to thank our sponsors. We'll start with Mike's Barbecue Rub. Mike's Barbecue Rub. If you don't have his product for Super Bowl Sunday, it might not be it's never too little too late, but you could always, visit Mike's Barbecue Rub. Listen, my boy Mike in RDP creates his own barbecue seasons and spices. I'm sure he's got stuff cooked up for tonight's main event. Listen, check him out on Instagram and TikTok. Great content regarding his products. Anything that could be thrown on the barbecue, you need to try Mike's Barbecue Rub. Your meats, your vegetables, your fish, your chicken. Also, he's got his own kettle cooked chips. He uses those same spices to season these kettle cooked chips, which are absolutely amazing. Listen, if you haven't gotten them for Super Bowl, it's still never too late. Summer's around the corner, right? I don't know about that, but still, give our boy Mike some love. Visit his website, www.mikesbarbecuerub.com, for more information. Like I said, on social media, Instagram and TikTok. And I can guarantee you one thing, folks. If the Patriots win tonight, we are all definitely going to rub your meat with some barbecue spice.
Did not expect that. Wow.
I had to throw that in there. Also, this episode is sponsored by Les Délices La Frenette, some of the best cakes, cannolis, pastries in the Montreal area, especially now they are released. The famous Zeppelis for the Italiano Paisanos out there. San Giuseppe holiday in the month of March is around the corner. They got They got 6 locations: Rosemere, Brossard, Saint-Julie, Montreal, West Point Claire, and our hometown of St. Leonard. Follow them on social media platforms like Instagram. I think they got one per location. So visit their website, www.lesdeliceslafrenette.com. Hey, listen, this is a great dessert for Super Bowl Sunday, by the way. Doesn't matter if you're Italian or not. You want to get those cannolis, go get those Zeppelis after a nice meal of wings and nachos and whatever else you guys are having out there. End it off with some Délices La Frenette pastries. Visit their website, www.lesdeliceslafrenette.com. They are simply delicious, simplement délicieux. And last but not least, our boy Sunil from the famous Habs Cave page on Instagram and TikTok. Some of the best content regarding Montreal Canadiens memorabilia out there from top to bottom. His basement is just full of them. Seriously, Habs fans' dream to have a man's cave like the Habs cave. Give our boy Sunil some love on Instagram and TikTok. He's an awesome human being, an awesome member of the Montreal Canadiens community. I don't know who he's rooting for tonight at the Super Bowl. If he's a smart man, he's not rooting for the Patriots.
Yeah, he had whoa. He had Patriots memorabilia in his fucking basement. So
Oh, that's true. I'm just busting your chops. So yes, give our boy Sunil some love. Anthony, your honest thoughts heading into Super Bowl.
okay, I might sound crazy. You might think I'm crazy. You know, I'm anxious, Anthony. I'm always anxious. I'm nervous. I'm full of anxiety, especially on big games like this. I haven't seen the Patriots, let alone in the playoffs, in at least 7 seasons, right? So it's been a long time. So the last time they made the playoffs was 2019, and then before that, you know, we haven't seen Patriots Super Bowl since the Tom Brady days. So it's been a long time coming. Now, like a Habs fan, very realistic, down to earth. I'm not those, oh my God, we're the best, we're gonna win, we're champions, we're better than everybody. I'm not like that. I'm gonna tell you straight how I really feel. I'm not nervous. I'm not anxious. I have zero anxiety today. It's the weirdest feeling ever. Why? I still do not believe that we're here today. I'm still in shock.
Hasn't hit you yet?
It hasn't hit me yet. Now, will it hit me when they lose? If they lose, will it hit me if they win? When they win, I don't know. But right now, I'm just in that a normal Sunday. Patriots are playing another game because if you would have told me beginning of September, Patriots are going to Super Bowl this year, I would have told you straight out, you're crazy. Like, you know nothing about football. My prediction this season was Patriots would at most make a wild card spot, a push to the wild card right at the end. Did I think they were going to be finishing the season with 14 wins? Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. I'm very proud of the boys. I'm very proud of this team and organization for having a quick rebuild like this and bringing our team to the championship once again in a short rebuild scenario. Like, imagine the Habs, right? We've been fucking retooling and rebuilding for how long? What, 20 years, 30 years?
Yeah.
It's been 6 seasons, right? Like 2019, we're 2026. It's 6 seasons. And prior to 2019, Brady was in 2018. So, guys, this is such the shortest rebuild, and already we have an amazing coach, an amazing quarterback that has high potential for the future, and they build the Patriots way once again. A team like the Montreal Canadiens, a locker room that people want to be there. You know, players like Diggs who have like stories, you know, criminals history and this and that, like players that they said it today. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, and the game didn't even start yet. They said it this week on 690. You know, like the Patriots find ways to bring players who are struggling in their personal life for whatever reason. Teams don't want them, but yet they come to the Patriots, and they're just become a new person. You know, and Stephon Diggs is one of those guys, especially with all the stories you hear in the news, especially this season. The guy wants to win. He's such like he turned his whole story, his life around in the Patriots way, right? So that being said, I'm just happy that we came this far because it was not expected. And whatever happens tonight, winning is a bonus for me. Losing it'd be like, you know what, it sucks, but hey, I'm just happy that I'm watching a Super Bowl this year and watching my team once again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take. I'm still shocked. As a realistic football fan, who's winning tonight? The Seattle. Seattle is winning.
Damn.
On paper, they're the team. They're the team. They're just a great team all around. Patriots are still young, not a lot of experience. But then again, you have a team that wants to play together like the Montreal Canadiens. I'm like mixing the two together,
Well,
right? Like
it's very, very. It sounds very familiar. But go ahead and finish, and I'll say my point.
I'm honestly looking at this like the 2021 Montreal
Oh,
Canadiens team.
exactly what I wanted to say. It's
You know what I
1,000%.
mean?
It's the same thing when the Canadiens went to the Cup Finals. They shouldn't. They weren't supposed to be there. They played for each other. Obviously, I mean, did they really play for Dom Ducharme? That it maybe at some aspects, yes. I think they played more for Carey Price. They definitely played more for Shea Weber because they all knew it was coming to an end. And I think when you had leaders like Corey Perry, Eric Stahl, that they shared some of their past playoff experience and winning the Stanley Cup. It sounds very familiar though. Like I got goosebumps for a second.
Yeah, and exactly. I feel like this team is playing for each other, trying to prove the whole league wrong, trying to prove the fans, the whole fan base of the NFL wrong. You know, I don't know. There's something about this team. Again, bright future. Are they winning tonight? I can't answer that. If I
Yeah.
tell you the honest truth of what I feel, no. Could be a close game or could be a knockout.
Okay.
Even the Sam Donald story is a great story, right? Like getting traded from the Vikings, coming to Seattle and going to Super Bowl right away. Like that's also slap the face to the Vikings. No one expected Sam Donald to bring a team to the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Now he has a great team in front of him. He's a great quarterback. This season, he just woke up and you see a different side of him. Now, that's also a great story. If he wins it, it's going to be awesome for Seattle. Slap in the face to Minnesota. So again, tonight can go either way. Talent-wise, Seattle wins. Now, if you want to do the coaching game, then Patriots win because I think we have a smart coaching staff. And if you go, I guess it comes down to the best coach wins tonight. Like when you
Okay.
watch games,
Yeah. Okay.
hockey, like the better defense wins or the better
Yeah.
offense wins. I look at this game as better coach, the best coach, because both teams have talented offensive players, and we both have talented defensive players. I guess I look at it who coaches this game better.
Oh, I think to me that makes sense. It comes down to listen. Forgive my lack of knowledge in the football world and in the NFL, but I think we could all agree, and even I know that football is a lot more strategy than hockey. Like hockey, there's strategy, but a lot of it is on the fly. You have to adapt on the fly. Not saying there's no adaptation periods in football, but let's be honest here, there's a lot more strategy behind coaching decisions than maybe in the NHL, right?
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
Am I on track of what I'm saying
Yeah,
here?
no, 100%. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to also adapt. Like the game could
Yeah.
start very, offensive for one team, and then they have to adapt in the second quarter, adapt to the third. The game could
Yeah,
change
sure.
all across, right?
But I
And
see what you
also
mean. I do see what you mean. It comes down to a coaching coach's game.
coaching and sorry to say this because I do believe in the whole Vegas shit and the reffing things and the script, if you want to call it. It all comes down to
You killed me.
refs, because one bad call can turn the whole game around. Like controversial calls can change the whole direction of the game. Like,
Oh my
let's
god.
go back to
Let's hope they're
Bills
not
and
NHL
Denver.
refs. Let's
Let's
hope
go
they're not
back.
NHL refs.
The NFL refs. Well, this year the NHL refs are horrible, but let's go back to Denver and Bills. I mean, that last catch at the end of the game that made Bills lose. Very
Oh,
controversial.
I
Very
saw the
controversial.
replay. I finally saw the replay of that. Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't. Again, because there's no consistency in rule making. Because that by rule is a catch, and then it's not a catch because a game later there was the same similar play, and they ruled it a catch. So it's like you're not consistent on your calls, right? So again, it comes down to that as well. So to me tonight, it's the best coach wins, and whichever way the ref decides it. Because
okay,
I'm sorry, because games are always decided that way in the NFL. It's the sad truth. Let me say.
Well, yeah, I listen. I can't argue against it. I love hearing your takes on this stuff. It makes conversations with you a lot more
and Drake May is MVP no matter what, win or lose. He's MVP of the game.
So to me, when I'm thinking this game, look, I'm obviously going to watch it just because it's Super Bowl, and I'm hoping to see some great commercials and hopefully some new Avengers trailers. But anyways, well, apparently they might not, but who knows? But to me, when I think of Patriots and Seattle, I go back to the 2015 Super Bowl. I wasn't sure if that was the famous Tom Brady comeback game. No. I don't know. It wasn't okay. It wasn't
that was the game where Seattle was winning it. There was a minute left in the game, and the Patriots were up by 3. So up by 4, I believe.
And they were and Seattle was right at the
1 yard line.
At the 1 yard line, and instead of running
Lynch, they're the best fucking running back in the league.
Yes.
And the ball, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
And they were at the 2nd down or 3rd down, I don't remember.
I don't know, man. Why do I think they were at the 4th? It was the last play of the game with like
20 they still had another down.
They still had another
down.
Okay.
So it was just a bad
coaching play. Yeah, okay. There you go.
The whole world was shocked.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I already like sometimes you always hope for that fumble or that interception, but a moment like that with a team like that, and you have Lynch, who's the best running back in the league, with 2 downs left, there's no hesitation. That game there, I was screaming at the TV, just get the touchdown, give Tom Brady 30 seconds back to try to win it. That's no matter what, there was a touchdown happening in that moment. I was just screaming at the clock because I think Seattle was trying to run the clock. To not give Brady any more time, because knowing Brady, he always finds a way to come back with 20 seconds. Exactly. But not giving the ball to Lynch and throwing that ball, and then Malcolm Butler fucking finds a way to intercept that ball. And that play was practice in a practice a few weeks back.
Okay.
Malcolm remembered it. He had a good vision of it. And Joey, shut the fuck up, because I'm sure you're hearing this and saying, "Oh, because they were at these cameras and they were watching." No, shut up. It was a play that
it's the Flate Gate.
They cheated. Whatever. Malcolm Butler had a great vision on that play and intercepted it, and we won. Again, it was a shocker to the whole world.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's a rematch from that.
Dude, well, can you imagine something else or something similar like that happens? That would be crazy, but it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one, and I look forward to seeing what happens, because the final results are going to determine how we're going to chirp you.
Again, see, this is a year.
Yeah.
It's 7 years ago, 8 years ago. If we lose, then yes, you attack me like Joe.
You would have dug a hole, and
I'm telling you right now, win or lose, you'll see me happy as ecstatic if we win 100%.
Yeah.
But if you lose, it's gonna sting 100%.
Yeah.
Because again, when you don't expect this and you get it, it's like it's right there. You want it.
Like the 2021 finals. But
exactly, we never expected that, right? We got there, and even though we knew we weren't winning it because it's against Tampa Bay, you still wanted it.
Like, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like you still want it. So I have the same feeling.
Okay.
Mind you, when the Habs lost, I was fucking devastated because it was the first time since '93.
Yeah.
And we wanted it big time. This is like, I'm used to the wins. I went through a dynasty.
That's true.
I want to let you know. So it's like, again, losing tonight is going to impact me a little bit.
Okay.
Winning tonight, forget it.
Yeah, you're gonna party. You're gonna party.
Party it up for sure.
We might share in our Instagram stories some Anthony partying with his Patriots t-shirts and stuff.
But I wanna I want to get into something. So we're ready to get into Habs talk a little bit.
I think so. I mean, this is all I got as far as Super Bowl
This is
talk.
all I got, but let me find a way to integrate it to the next part. So why I'm so like again shocked that we're in the finals, shocked that we came this far, 14 wins, very proud fan. But it's come to a point where we're finally hated again. And being hated team is a fun feeling because when you're a hated team or a hated player, it's because you're doing something right, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all hate the Bradys. We all hate the Mahomes. Why? Because they win. They know how to win.
Yeah.
We hate the Matthews and McDavids and this and that. Not because we hate them. You know, I know Joey deep down
They're the
loves
best
saying,
players.
I know Joey if Brady was with the Rams, he'd fucking get on his knees and suck him off. So you can tell me all you want that you hate him. If he was on your team, you wouldn't. But again, that hate is because they know how to win, right? So that being said, the Patriots are finally becoming a hated team again. It's because we're doing something right and we might be on the winning board again.
Okay.
That's when you had the signs of a potential dynasty, right? And now what's happening in the NHL? The Montreal Canadiens are becoming a hated team by the league, by fans, by players. Why? Because we're winning, so we're a team to beat. And we're invading every hockey arena in the NHL.
Dude, it's insane, huh? But the funny thing is, Ant, like after that win against the Winnipeg Jets, and the coach comes out and says, "Oh, I was very disappointed to see so many red jerseys and so many cheers in our own arena." It's like, dude, but this is Canada. Like, look, I don't want to sound like a cocky Toronto Maple Leaf fan saying, "Oh, Toronto is Canada's team" and all that. But like, what people need to understand across Canada, we'll stick with Canada so far. There's thousands, it's not hundreds of thousands of Montreal Canadiens fans in the States, because some Canadians from back in the 70s or the 80s, when they were watching these teams win the cup, maybe move to the United States and all that. We've had a history of European players. That's why there's Montreal Canadiens fans all over Europe. But we're going to stick with Canada alone, is that throughout all those years, especially the 70s, when you started, hockey was a lot more visible on TV. You see Guy Lafleur doing what he did throughout his years in the NHL, what Ken Dryden did as a goalie, not just for the Canadiens, but for Team Canada, Guy Lafleur too, Larry Robinson, those guys, they made hockey fans across Canada fall in love with the Montreal Canadiens. And it passed on from generation to generation, from Quebec to Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Edmonton, British Columbia, all across East Coast, Atlantic Canada too. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Especially in the East Coast too. They're close. They're closer to the province, right? My Uncle Joe, in the 80s and in the 90s, when he used to watch the games, and when he was with the Canadian military, he traveled the country. He said, it's like, man, when the Montreal Canadiens used to go to Calgary, it was all red. And when he says red, he's like, not Calgary Flames red, Montreal Canadiens red. It was a good 60-40. That's what it is. People like these other fan bases need to realize there are Montreal Canadiens fans all across this country, from the East Coast to the West Coast. There's Toronto fans too. I'm not denying that. The two original 6 teams from Canada, Montreal and Toronto. But I'm sorry, when you have dynasties that won, especially in the 70s, when you had Patrick Waugh that came out of nowhere in 86 and won, and he won again in 93. You know what I mean? These are like, it's it's 2 generations that saw Stanley Cups, and they pass it down to their future generations. It's nothing unknown, but the fact that coaches and players are complaining, saying, I don't like seeing our arena getting filled up by Habs fans. I fucking love it.
No,
I
but
love it. We're on
but
tour to dominate NHL arenas, man. Fucking love it.
but it's because we find, like, you're right. There's Habs fans everywhere, but they're never around as much, right? The only buildings we used to see it every season is in Florida, of course, because
a lot of
you
Quebecers
know,
go there.
all the
Yep.
companies go to Florida, and then in
Yep.
Ottawa, it's
Yep.
been since we went in the Dawson days.
Dude, that's so true. That's so
It was
true.
always
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
of Habs fans.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing it in Buffalo this
Yeah.
season. We've been playing Buffalo for the last, 10
Yeah,
years?
a
We've
lot
been
of
playing Buffalo over all our lives. This is the year we see a full crowd. Why? Because people want to watch us now. People are becoming Habs fans. New, old, these young generations are watching a team. When you're young, yes, we grew up as Habs fans, right? Because we were born into it. But now this young generation, they don't become fans anymore based on being born into it. They become fans of, how you want to call it, like the bandwagon fans today, right? It's like, who's the best team? Who's the best player? There's so many
or
McDavid.
you think it's a trend? Not a trend, but
Well, I think it is right now.
maybe a bit of a bandwagon. There's
I
lots of Habs fans in Niagara Falls. Like there's lots of Montreal,
but we
and
never
they go
saw that.
to Buffalo. Maybe look. So maybe we did. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't pay attention.
Because the team
Much
wasn't as
attention.
great.
Well, it could be that. Maybe it just wasn't shown as much as it is now. Like especially with social media now, right? But I do agree with you that like is it more and more obvious because of everybody knows the potential of these kids and this team? Is it because like we have guys like Lane Hudson, the Nick Suzuki's, the Cole Caulfields, and now the Ivan Demidovs? You know what I mean? Like those are. It feels like back then, in the 2010s, everybody wanted to go see maybe Carey Price and PK Subban. Those were the two big names. But now we got more big names than that. It's unfortunate that Carey Price was in the wrong era. I could argue the same thing about Koivu and Kovalev and all that. Anyways, now it's like, oh my God, Nick Suzuki is fun to watch. Cole Caulfield is fun to watch. Slavkovsky, beast, fun to watch. Lane Hudson, oh my God! Like you said, the way he plays Anthony is a work of art. The goal that he scored on Wednesday, I mentioned this with Chris in the previous episode. We'll get more into that Lane Hudson goal. Like if you want to talk about it, it's art. And now Ivan Demidov. Like those are five names I mentioned, and then there's still more to come. There's still Jacob Fowler to come in nets. Maybe Zorowski. He's going to be an exciting player. Some are saying he's got better hands than Demidov. So I think I think there's a lot more information out there for these kids to get. Do they see the hype? Probably. Maybe they saw the video of all those Habs fans cheering outside the Bell Center when they made the playoffs, and you look at that and you're like, "Oh my God, what a vibe!" Maybe they want to be a part of that too, and that's okay. We'll take them. The more we get, the more we take on in the Montreal Canadiens fan base army. I'm cool with that, but it's so cool to see us dominating other.
I think it's a mix of, like I said before, the young generation just hopping on the bandwagon because they're getting older, they're understanding the game, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be this fan of this team." Okay, that's one. Two, I believe there's more interest in this team by fans that were not as interested. Give you an example. Ask yourself this: prior to last season, when the Habs went in the playoffs years ago, okay? All season long, Habs talk has been quiet all around the city. The only people you hear talking are the fans that you know.
Yeah.
Us, the Curfew Boys, because they're the podcast. 690. That's all you hear Habs talk in environments of hockey talk, hockey environments. And then come playoff season, The whole fucking city is a Habs fan. People that watched 0 games all season are becoming Habs fans in the playoffs because there's a vibe. They're interested. They're excited. Everybody's pumped. You hear it on the news, every CTV, everybody's talking about it. It's on the radio. There's songs on the radio. And everybody's a Habs fan only between April until they get eliminated. After that, you don't hear from them until they become a playoff team again, right? Now that we are exciting and fun and the vibe is there, we're watching playoff hockey from game 1 to game 82.
Yeah.
So what we witnessed during playoff time in the city, we're now seeing it all year long because of the excitement, the vibe, the fun, where everybody's everybody's having fun watching hockey. Every night it's a playoff feeling in this city. And that's because the team is great. The team is fun to watch. Exactly what you said before. The players that we mentioned, it's a work of art. So now we're getting that playoff feeling in an 82 season. So it's a mix of the bandwagoners and a mix of all these hidden Habs fans that watched one game a year until the playoffs, but now they want to watch it. They're home. I talk to some people, my mother-in-law, parents who don't watch hockey into the playoffs, and I hear them, oh, there's a game tonight, I'm going to watch it. Since when are you watching hockey? It's game 37 and you're watching hockey. Like, why? Because people are now falling into that trap of like, oh my God, this team's amazing. A dynasty is coming, and that's what I was bringing up at the beginning.
Yeah.
That feeling of being hated by the league, by these coaches, by these players coming into the media and saying that Buffalo player who came in, was it Dallin who came in and said he wasn't happy?
Ottawa too. He's like, we're used to being the away team in our home arena when we play against the Canadiens.
But they never
something like that.
But no one ever came out and said that until now.
No, this is why. This is crazy. I love it.
We are becoming, sorry, Joey, the New England Patriots of hockey.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, we are becoming the New England Patriots of hockey.
I think Anthony, if you look at the root of all that is, I think the start of the rebuild and bringing in Marty and the start of a new age coaching style within the Montreal Canadiens organization, something that we never been used to because we dealt with the old school mindset of past regimes like Bergevin, Michel Therrien, if you want to go like Bob Gainey, Carbonell back in the day too when he coached, Jacques Martin, like that. It's not a knock on them. It's not a shot at them. That's just the way things were done back then, back in the day. Whereas Marty, Jeff Gordon, Kent Hughes bring this whole new mindset on how to build a team based on character, where it's team first vibe, taking care of each other like a family. That's the most important thing. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you're not going to be a team player, if you're not going to be a brother in arms in the locker room, you're not going to be part of this team. So a mix of all of that, plus the product you're getting on the ice, which is exciting. Okay. I think all that plays into this new generation joining. With content is a lot more available on social media, not just what the players bring on the ice, but the excitement that causes fans to go crazy on the streets after a Bell Center or after a win at the Bell Center, and fans going crazy outside and all that. It's contagious. Like, how do you not want to be a part of that if you're part of this generation that, whether you like it or not, it's all social media feeding you. It's all social media feeding you the stuff. It's probably a positive thing because we know how social media can be at times. But listen, at the end of the day, the way I look at it as a diehard Canadiens fans, it's like, hey, bring it on. Come join us. Anthony, did you see the clip a few days ago of Marty saying, "I'm so proud to be your coach"?
I'm so fucking proud of being your coach. Yes,
Anthony, we got comments because we posted that. Well, I'll reiterate that footage belongs to the Montreal Canadiens social media page. We just reposted it. when you get comments from Bruins fans and Leafs fans saying, I hate to admit this, but the Montreal Canadiens, you guys are doing it right. Good for you guys. A Leaf fan said, and we commented, we joke, we're like, come join us, come step into the light. And they're like, and they joke, they're like, no, thank you, I'm good. However, when you make the playoffs, I'll be rooting for you guys. Like, this is coming from a Leafs fan. Like, if all Leafs fans were like this particular person, I would love Leafs fans. And even the Bruins fan too is like, I got like a lot of Bruins fans, mind you. There was always a mutual respect between Bruins fans and Habs fans. Even though we hate each other, we respect each other because there's a long history there too. They said it's like, I totally respect what you guys are doing. So I see what you're saying. Like, I think it's more other teams are hating the Habs because we're a good team to play against, and they know that our fans are coming for your building, man. And it's great to see. I'm so glad you mentioned this, but there's a particular subject I really, really want to touch base with you. The last time you and I were on an episode together, we went quite deep into the debate about Sam Montembeault and does Marty put him in nets Wednesday night against the Jets? If he doesn't, what kind of message does that send? And I think we had mixed opinions. I think you were the firm belief that if they don't put Montembeault in nets against the Jets, the message that it could send to him is that, like, and especially now that everybody's on the Olympic break, Sam Montembeault wouldn't have felt a puck, let alone guard the crease for at least a month, give or take. So does that message send like, well, we don't trust you enough? We look back now at Wednesday night. They win 5-1, against the Jets. Sam Montembeault, 36 saves on 37 shots, something like that. He had a 974 save percentage, something like that. So let's go back on that, Anthony. Now that Monty's played well, what message do you think that sent to him?
I think it's the other way around.
Okay.
I think Monty sent them a message and sent the fans a message and sent the team a message. Because if you've noticed in that game, every time he made a great save, the players went to go pat on him.
Okay.
But like it also went to him and they spoke and like you saw like the good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you see that time to time from a player to a goalie when they have that amazing save.
Yeah.
But I noticed it maybe because I was paying attention to it too much because that whole Monty talk and the whole debate between who's the best goalie. But I noticed it a lot that game. Okay. That the players kept going to him and saying, amazing. Basically building confidence in him. Like, great, keep doing it. And then and I felt that was just making him better and better and better as the game was going. So to answer your question, what message was it said? I think it's the other way around. Because I think the Habs had no choice to play him. Like you said, 1 month of no touching the puck. Confidence message. Also, it's like, okay, Monty, here's your shot. Show us what you got, because when we come back from the break, if you're the same goalie, we're sending you down. Like, it is what it is. Or whatever they want to say, right?
You're back. You're gonna be back up more than anything.
Exactly. I think Monty went on that game knowing that was his test of like, shit, this is it. This is my final shot to prove to management, to my teammates, to my coaching staff, and to the fans that I'm still here and I want to win for this team. I'm not going anywhere, and I will prove myself. And he came out guns blazing. Guns blazing. I don't know if it's the new mask or something, but
or the new goalie coach.
Or the new goalie coach. But he came out guns blazing. Yes, we won 5-1. The score shows a different message of like the players came out and scored the goals. But if you look at that game, I look at it as Monty kept us in. There was a lot of saves that if he would have let in, it would have been a whole different outcome.
Yeah,
a
the
whole
first
different
period.
outcome.
The two big saves in the first period on the 2-on-1, the blocker save, and then or it was a 2-on-1 where he kind of I don't know if it was a glove save or he just managed to not give away a rebound, but that blocker save too, that was on social media at one point on the Canadiens Twitter page. Yeah, 1,000%. Those were two big saves.
And we spoke about this on the episode together, whereas, sometimes we want to blame the goalie, but it's also the players who are not playing for the goalie. So do you blame the team?
Mm-hmm.
You blame the goalie too much because the players were not very confident with Monty and Nets. So the defense was always shit. So yes, Monty let in a lot of stupid goals in the past, but also didn't have a team in front of him to help him.
Mm-hmm.
I find, when your goalie is on his feet and on his head and is actually playing amazing, it now pushes a team. I think when we said it before, in 2021, and you said this team is being built of like they want to win together, they want to help each other, their brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game here, the whole team played for Monty.
I think so.
That whole like no trust with Monty prior to this game.
Yeah.
This game here was they probably like hypothetically, I'm sure they didn't do this, but I think they went together like, you guys, let's put aside the lack of trust we have on this guy. We are a brotherhood. We're a team, and we're going to go out there because we know that he's lacking confidence. We're not there to help him. This is the game. Let's get together and win for him. And the team went out and won for him because after that first period, we were down 1-0. Then we tied it, and then we just went on a fucking scoring rampage.
Yeah.
We were getting our the first 10 minutes of the first period, we had 0 shots.
Yeah, the first half of they said it. We were a little bit sleepy, mind you. That power play goal, Kyle Connor, 9 times out of 10, you could have had Carey Price in nets. There's a good chance that puck is going in because it's Kyle Connor. He's one of the best shooters in the NHL on a power play cross ice pass. You know what I mean? When they woke up, though, I think a reason why they did wake up is because when Monty made those 2 big saves, I think that's when the team was like, guys, he's keeping us in this game. All we need to give him is just 1, and then Kapanen scores that goal.
But that's exactly what I was trying to say before about the when a team is playing for the goalie or the other way around, there's that boost of momentum, that boost of motivation. So they saw that, oh shit, guys, Monty's not the problem tonight. We're the problem. He's keeping us in. 10 shots to 0 in 10 minutes of the first period. He's stopping them all. He's stopping that 2-on-1. He's stopping those big saves to keep us in. Fuck, it's now time for us to wake up.
Yeah.
The moment they woke up, 3-1 after the start of the second period again, and then it was just
they opened the floodgates. Yeah.
So no, I honestly think that Monty sent out the message to us fan base because guys, they're young kids. They have social media too. I'm sure they're not hiding behind that phone. Like they're listening to what we're saying. They're hearing the news and the memes and the comments about how bad he is and whatever. He knew this was his last chance. It is what it is. During the break would have been a whole talk with him manager. Like,
oh my God. Could you imagine? Can you imagine if they did lose against the Jets, who, let's be honest, they're not a good team this year. Can you imagine if he would have lost that game, what the conversations would have been days later throughout the Olympic break?
That would have been a long 2 weeks for Monty, waiting and fingering his thumbs like, what's going on?
No kidding. No shit. Like, at the end of the day, Chris and I had mentioned this in the previous episode, but like, what a way to go out into the Olympic break with that victory. But we didn't talk about, or I didn't even think about if it was the other side of it, the reverse effect, the other way around, if it would have been a loss. Like, to me, no matter what, win or lose, Monty needs to get away. He needs to get away. I hope he's taking this time relaxing on a beach somewhere. I'm going to Punta Cana in 24 hours. Maybe I'll see him there. Who knows? Or maybe I'll see any Montreal Canadiens player. But like, I hope for all of them, they take a proper rest for a good week and then come back for the final week and a half, 2 weeks, just train on the ice, practice, blah, blah, blah. But to me, I think Sam Montembeault is the one guy that needs to get away from hockey, get away from the city, get away from the snow, and just go somewhere, disconnect, have fun. But my God, you're absolutely right. Had he lost that game against a weak team like the Winnipeg Jets, what would the discussions be like amongst
Forget it.
media and fans? And my God, would they really like exile him? I think at some point, like I totally agree with what you're saying now. Like he did send that message to management saying, "No, I'm not going anywhere just yet. I'm not going down without a fight." I really, really like that. I like that analogy that you brought. So my final question to you is this: because I'm going back to a previous episode where like you said, who are you going to start when he comes back? Monty. So my question now is, they come back at home Thursday, February 26th. My God, that's like it's 19 days 19 days away. Do you put Monty in nets or you put Dobes in nets? Who's the hot goalie after 2-3 weeks?
I guess that's all about that. That comes down to management, conditioning, who's well rested, who put in the work. Like I think they'll decide then. They're not going to look at the hot goalie. They're going to look at okay, 2 weeks off. What did Monty do? What did Dobes do? I'm sure.
That's a good point.
You know, like they're going to do some. I'm sure there's conditioning, right? Like they're going to have to train and this and that. And who's ready to play? That is going to be a big factor.
Maybe they'll get Marco Marciano's opinion on like, hey, listen, these two goalies are back. Like, who are you feeling with more? Like, I'm sure Marco Marciano is going to tell Marty, I'm feeling this guy a bit more because maybe he did this. Yeah, no, you might be onto something. Or maybe I'm feeling more Jakob because, yeah, maybe.
I look at it two things now. Look, I don't know if you read the stats, but Dobes has the most wins in the league.
Yeah,
he is the goalie with the most wins in the league. Now, who's your number one goalie? Right? That's the question.
Yeah.
Who's your number one goalie? Now, I understand it's hard to answer that question right now. On paper, yes, Dobes is your number one goalie. He's the one making you win the games. I think Angie Mancini in last episode, when we were there, calculated, I think 52 points came from Dobes this year. We're up in the standings with 70, how many points now? 60, whatever.
We're at 70. We're at 72 points, tied with Detroit.
Okay, and 50 plus points comes from Dobes. Like we're here because of Dobes. So on paper, yes, realistically, your number one goalie, is Dobes. Now, you can also look at experience coming back.
Yeah.
Young goalie, 2 weeks off. Is he ready to come back on the ice? Monty has done it in the past. Actually, no, because the Four Nations. He was.
There was a break.
It was a break because he didn't play. He was third goalie for Canada, right?
No, he didn't play for Canada. No.
So just to say, like he has that experience of being off for a long time and playing back. So that's also a factor of coaches to decide. Okay, you know what? Is Dobes this young, ready to come back after 2 weeks off? Is going to be, I don't know. There's so many factors to make that decision. Also, the schedule. What's the game after?
Washington on the Saturday.
So Thursday, Saturday?
So it's a Thursday. It's Thursday, Saturday, and then they head to California to start March, Tuesday, and then Friday, Saturday. So in that back-to-back game, they're going to be splitting duties, but then who plays San Jose and are they splitting duties at home? To me, I'm still in the mindset of both Dobes and Monty splitting duties. I think for the rest of the season, I think the games, it might be close to 50-50. I can't shake that
Yes and
feeling.
no, because it depends on how tight the standings are, right? Like
Yeah,
if we're fighting
maybe.
for a
Yeah,
spot or try to keep that gap, you have to play the hot
the
goalie
hot
for the
goalie.
rest of
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but then you don't want
that's
to
true.
tire out the hot goalie for playoffs. So again, your 50-50 makes more sense. But
But the reason why I say that, because don't forget there's a few back-to-back games. There's one, two, three, four. There's at least, I want to say, at least a week that they have back-to-back games ish, if I could see that. Actually, you know what? There's one, two, three. There's 3 sets of back-to-back games for the first half of March, and then the final weekend of March, there's another back-to-back. So that first half of the month, they're splitting duties. And then after that, you got to see who, you got to see who the hot goaltender really is to end off the season. Because then, even in April, the last 2 weekends of April are back to back games.
another
Oh
thing I
my
want to
God.
say,
That's gonna be
hypothetically,
that's a big coach. That's a big challenge for the coaches. What's your
look,
hypothetical?
I know you said this many times that you strongly believe that Monty's not touched until off season if he will be
Mm-hmm.
traded. But winning against the Jets the way he won it. It wasn't a fluke win. He played hot. Like
Yeah.
he also showed the league he still has it.
Mm-hmm.
That this slump was a confidence factor. Because we've
Mm-hmm.
all seen Monty in the last 3 seasons. He made Team Canada. He won gold. He was a good goalie. He
Yeah.
had a lot of
Yeah.
value in him.
Yeah.
That value drastically dropped this season. But it doesn't necessarily mean that he lost what he had. I think again, the confidence booster, whatever. So
Yeah.
there's also a big possibility. I agree with you, Sam. I don't see it happening because if we're gonna fight for playoffs, we need Monty with us because of experience and whatever. Because I don't think they fully trust Dobes to bring us to far, right? Just yet. But can you maybe think this Winnipeg win just re-added value to Monty, show the rest of the league like, I think he still has it. And then you come back, wins another 1 or 2 games, a few days before trade deadline, the guy's value just went. That's
I mean,
also a big
unless
possibility.
I look, anything's possible. I think it's going to take more than just a win against the Winnipeg Jets, because it's the
But it's not
Jets.
about. But it's not about. But that's what I'm saying. It's not just that
it,
win. It's like you just
I
showed the league that he still has it. That's what I mean. Like
I think like if let's say he were to do the same type of performances, gets a W against either the Islanders or the Capitals, or if he goes in California and picks up some W's too, maybe look, I personally don't think it's going to happen. For the sake of discussion, anything is possible. Like, anything is possible. The reason why I say no to that is because I don't I don't think management is going to trust in Jakob Dobes and Jacob Fowler to lead this team into the playoffs.
yeah,
It's a good. I don't see it as being a smart decision. I'll be shocked, like beyond shocked, if it happens. I'll even go a step further. I'll be shocked if Jakob Dobes gets traded. I really will. You know what I mean? Not that it's happening. We're not saying that it's going to happen, or I'm not predicting, or none of the sort. But like, I'll be shocked if any of our goaltenders, Jakob Dobes or Sam Montembeault, get traded. Right now, there's a trade freeze during the Olympics, but I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if any of our goaltenders get traded before the trade deadline this season. The only reason why I would think that nobody's gonna get traded. Like the only reason why I would think, I'll rephrase that Sam Montembeault and Jakob Dobes are staying with the team next season is because management probably doesn't feel like Jacob Fowler is fully ready yet to be the number one goaltender. But that's what the plan is eventually. So at some point, Sam Montembeault or Jakob Dobes, one of them's got to go, and that's it. We just know what the vision is from management regarding their future goaltender. We know it's Jacob Fowler. Right now, this is a contest of who's going to be the best backup or number two, however you want it, whatever title you want to put on the goaltender. This is just what it is.
Okay. One last trade question, and then one more topic before we close this up. There was a trade rumor going around. I'm not sure if you spoke about it with Chris last episode. Now, he is a potential player that can really help this team. But is he worth giving up a Michael Hage?
No.
Or
nobody's worth giving up a Michael Hage.
But that's what he'd be asked for. I'm talking about Thompson. What's his name? The guy from
Tage Thompson?
Yeah, Tage Thompson.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
I the way Buffalo's going right now, I don't see them. I see them being buyers because maybe they might think. I'd have to check their salary cap space. I could see them being buyers, maybe adding a piece or something just to give them a bit of a boost for the playoffs. Because I mean, like they're so hot right now. This team. I think Buffalo's going to make the playoffs. I really, really do. I don't see them getting rid of Tage Thompson whatsoever. To me, the big question is, what are the Canadiens going to do with Patrick Laine? That to me is a big question. I
think he's already on the trade block, and I think
so too.
I don't think I think it's so weird that he's healthy to play, and he hasn't played a game before the break.
Apparently, he hasn't been given the green light even before the break. So we'll see after the break, but it's weird, Ant. It's very weird.
I think I think we haven't. I don't think we're ever going to see him in a Habs jersey again.
Wow. Yeah.
That's my take on it.
I think. First of all, if they want to trade Patrick Laine, they got to retain 50% minimum.
But you know what sucks, though? Sorry to cut you off, Sam, but
okay.
I'm a bit disappointed if he gets traded this season. Why? Because I believe Laine is a player that could have given us a bit more value if he actually had, like, if he never got injured this season and played the whole season with us, helped us a lot. But come trade deadline, you trade him to a team that needs him for the playoffs to get very good return. That made sense. But I don't think a team is going to want to take him now at high value.
It's tough. I think for them to have any hope of finding a partner to trade with, he's got to play some games. He's got to show that shot on the power play. He's got to show effort or something. I know it's a lot to ask, but he's got to at least show that shot on the power play that maybe all a team needs is just a power play specialist for the playoffs to help them with that and go from there. But it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy to trade this guy. 50% retaining a salary is just the minimum of what they could do to get something in return. They'll probably have to give up maybe a draft pick just to be like, here's a draft pick to take him. Kind of like the same way that we got Sean Monahan from the Calgary Flames. And at the end of the day, we basically got Patrick Laine for nothing there. You know what I mean? For Jordan Harris and the second round. What did we get? We got a second round pick or something like that too from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Got something like that. You know what I mean? So like we got him for nothing. Let's be honest. No disrespect to Jordan Harris. Love the kid. So if we get nothing in return, it's one of those things where you could cut your losses, but it's not going to hurt you so much in the end anyways, because he was barely there this season anyways. He only played 5 games. So we're winning without him. love the guy, love Patrick Line, love
We're
his
winning
shot.
without him, but we're not getting enough power play goals with him. So maybe if he comes back, he can boost our power play
see.
too.
If he could showcase that, yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
We'll
I
see.
agree. We'll see, Ant. But on a brighter note, enjoy that Super Bowl, buddy. We might message you. We might not. We might bust your balls or we might congratulate you. We'll see what happens.
My phone will be on silent.
Hey, listen to everybody out there who tuned in this Sunday morning episode. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you watch us on YouTube, please click like and subscribe. It is absolutely free. Share this with your fellow Montreal Canadiens fans, and just for today, your fellow Patriots fans out there. It's an early morning for Anthony. It seems he's got to get ready for Super Bowl tonight. But
working early for this episode, man.
Exactly. I appreciate that. You can listen to all our episodes on social media platforms. It's Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any podcast platform. Give us an honest 5-star rating and review. It's the only way for us to feel the love. Follow the Curfew Boys on social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, also known as X. And a big thank you to our sponsors, Mike's Barbecue Rub, Les Délices Lafrenette, and Habs Cave. Anthony, I'll say this just for you. Go Patriots.
Thank you.
I almost gagged. I almost threw up. No,
Enjoy,
you know
like,
what? I think it would be fun. It would be fun within our own group to see them win and see Joey come after you. That would be so entertaining. But listen, and then after that, next week we got to look forward to Team Canada kicking off the Olympics. Definitely going to keep an eye on.
I can't fucking wait for that.
I can't wait for that, man. And we'll be back for more episodes to cover Team Canada, and hopefully Nick Suzuki lights it up a little bit along with the boys. Enjoy the Olympics, folks. Enjoy Super Bowl. We'll see you guys soon. Until then,
I know.
Good night.